Looky here. In the middle of the road. Now the first thing I would do is pick it up and smell it. Because it came out of here. And this would be like the residual water from the washing machines, I suppose. I don't know. But it's not without chemicals, you can see, because it's got like a film, a cloudiness to it up here in the mountains. We should have a nice clear color. Anyhow, so I just wanted to point that out. And here in this dirty water is where, what? Let's take a guess. Let's guess who's born in the stagnant water, everybody. Who might that be? Mosquitoes, yep. And what do they get blamed for? Dengue, yellow fever. What's the other word they call it? I can't remember. There's some other name that they call it when you get like deathly ill from a mosquito bite. Mosquito's just a messenger. Ay. So, anyway, I'm just also wanting to pick up this plant and illustrate here the fibrous nature of this plant. You see how fibrous that is? You know, I mean, like, first of all, if I was going to put an embankment here so that I could, you know, have a barrier between the growth and this passage of waterway here, I would put vetiver in this, because vetiver would form an impenetrable layer of roots along here, so you could always have this drainage ditch open, and at no time would it ever be like, you know, the water would stay inside there. It wouldn't necessarily run off. So I would actually put the vetiver here, to be honest with you, on the outside, right? And then I'd have this space of running water in between. Anyway, landscaping is another one of my favorite things to do. Okay, so I just want to say about this plant right here, it's very fibrous in nature. So look at this. Because that's green, and if you harvested that now, if you harvested the green now, you'd need to get it dried out like this one, right? And this kind of material, especially in the springtime and the fall, you want to be mindful that that's the time of the year when the what they call the mice, the rodents, will breed, and they'll use, I mean, I don't have a problem with mice, but presuming, you know, you don't want them coming in your house and your kitchens and stuff like that. But anyway, I just wanted to illustrate that is, it doesn't have to be Canyamo. Okay, obviously Canyamo is the best. I'm just gonna walk and talk because I'm gonna go down here to the street. Canyamo is obviously the best, in my humble opinion. I'm not saying I know everything about everything here, but and the studying of the materials, that you can see how that water's polluted. That's because somebody's using, well, I don't want to say somebody, because when I went into the grocery store, they didn't have no natural options on the shelf. It was all chemicals, and this is not good. If you ruin this place, y'all, it's game over. What happens here is have a big impact. I mean, obviously, if one of the most environmentally conscious and aware people on the planet, the Costa Ricans, and or their expat, or whatever you call gringo I don't know what you call it, immigrant, whatever, doesn't matter. But I can't speak for everybody. I can't speak for everybody, but in Mexico, even in that third, well, I don't want to start calling names about third world countries because that would be the U.S. number one. But well, I'm just saying, in that filthy, polluted environment where nobody has any respect at all for the nature, and you just find it everywhere. Even there, I could buy natural shampoo, natural soap, natural conditioner, natural lotion, natural laundry soap, natural dish soap. And I ain't seen nothing in the market, yo, except for chemicals. What up? And the primary, ¿cómo se llama? The primary, what do you call? I'm trying to think of the English word for it. The primary, oh, looky here. Look at all these beauties. While I'm sitting here trying to remember. No wonder I can't remember the word. Can you not blame somebody for being distracted? I don't know if you can see what I'm talking about. Look at this. Oh my goodness. Saying hello. It's beautiful. Just growing in the grass, huh? That's amazing. But okay, yeah. So the primary economic driver of this area, the in Monteverde, it's tourism, and that's it. The very few people who live here year round. There's not a lot of, I don't know, development here. It's all very much like there's coffee stores and bakery shops and souvenir shops and jewelry stores, and then there's only a couple of restaurants. So I'm gonna guess which one I'm gonna go to. I'm gonna take a walk by the river. That's what I'm gonna do. Let me end this here because that's starting to sound like Mexico there. I'm gonna go across the street and I'm gonna take a video there, and we're gonna continue talking about the stuff I see here that just makes common sense to me. And I don't know why, but anyway, maybe because people aren't looking for it. They're just waiting to be told what to do. All right, here we go. I'm gonna cross the street. I'm gonna see if I can cut this or keep it down to 10 to 15 minutes. So right along here, you see how this incline of the ground is because that's leading down to the river, right? And of course, underneath this is all also, you know, I mean, the river could come up as high as this. But you see these reed, I don't know what the English word is or the Spanish word is for it, but we would call these reeds. What's the Nahuatl word for that? Pulco, I think. So I can't remember. It's where we get the name Acapulco. I can't remember the Nahuatl word for that. But man, that's really strong, super resilient biomaterial. Like, and it's just being left on the ground. No, like they're cutting it, but what are they doing with it? I don't know. But anyway, now it's not really safe over here to cut this because you can see that's an embankment right there. And anyway, but that's how far down that goes. Bamboo, I reckon that is. Yeah, or I'm not sure actually. This is bamboo. ¿Cómo se llama esta planta? Aquí, bambú.
Sí.
Yeah,
Yes.
es un tipo de bambú. Pero ¿es mismo de esta?
No.
Porque ese es diferente.
Sí.
Creo esa es una cosa se llama reed in English, and se llama cola de vaca. Oh, no. Cola de gato. Cattail.
Maybe you're right.
Beautiful. Gorgeous.
Enjoy.
Okay, gracias. Anyway, it's all tourism here. That's it. That's it for the economy. Now what happens? Oh, I don't know that would ever happen today. Didn't I say I was going to keep this to 10 to 15 minutes? All right, now, let me stay on track. Oh, let's see. There's been ongoing hyperinflation of the economy as opposed to the normal just inflation. There's been ongoing hyperinflation of the global economy now for the better part of 7 years. Okay? Oh, look at this. How beautiful is that? Look at that. So 7. Okay. And there's a very, very, very few small people in the world now that can actually afford to come and take a vacation, you know. But anyway, I'm sure the prices of fuel aren't going to go up, right? And the tourists will always continue to come, and no matter where they're from, there'll always be tourism here, right? But you can't count on anything to be the same. This is definitely not the time to expect the same. This is time to expect things that are different, right? Hola. And this means to say that, right, it should be apparent by now to everyone should be by now apparent to everyone what I've been saying since since before I got to Mexico, and that was almost 5.5 years ago, something. People, you crazy, Teddy? Crime is at an all-time high internationally, every country, every measurement. And I'm gonna just keep taking a film here so you can see as we get down closer to the riverbed. Look at there's lots of wood here that they're putting to a good use, but you still have soil erosion. Why? Because you don't have a line of vetiver planted here. Nothing. I mean, it's even, I'm telling you, it's better than bamboo. It literally forms a solid wall that will retain water. Anyway, I kind of I'm getting a little bit mixed up between taking observations of the things I see in front of me, and talking about other objectives. So now that I am at 13 minutes, I'm going to go ahead and stop, and then I'm going to start a new part 2 or whatever it is. I'm going to start a part 2. And I don't know. Look at this. Isn't that? Look at that. So beautiful. I don't know. This is a completely different type of plant here. It's really unique in a way that it reminds me, like the nature of it, if you look down here, is like bamboo. But it's got these little, perhaps it is a species of bamboo, but this first time I'm encountering one that has these. So very interesting. But I'm gonna cut this off here, and then we're gonna talk about vetiver and some other stuff.